Xenogears 2 giveth and taketh. The fleshly body of God has been recovered. Oh my God! Wait, no pun intended. So Ellie is God? The best story mode, but has lack of gameplay. Yup, that's my biggest problem with Xenogears, but yeah, I'm gonna cut it some slack. Some of the best dungeons? Nah, you've clearly never played Final Fantasy. Maybe even Zelda, although I haven't played a lot of Zelda. If you're looking for puzzles, there are better games. If you're looking for gameplay mechanics, there are better games. The one thing that Xenogears shines in is the story, I have to admit. And I asked this at the beginning, but this could not have been targeted towards kids. Compared to Disc 1. Best dungeons compared to Disc 1. Literally no dungeons. I mean, we got to explore. We didn't even get to properly explore the 2 dungeons that are in Disc 1. I will admit that water puzzle was pretty cool, but there were plenty of puzzles in Disc 1 comparable to that. So Ellie is God! Fleshly body of God has been recovered. The anima and the animus have all been obtained. All that is left for us to do is change into the animus and become one with the mother persona. Which dungeon Disc 1 was good at all? I liked the stalactite cave, although there was not much. There was not much to do. Babel Tower was awesome. I actually enjoyed it. And what puzzle sticks out in Disc 1? Well, I guess the puzzles don't really stick out because I pretty much sucked ass at them. But there were a couple puzzles. One was in Nortune, when we enter the administrative facility. There's a puzzle with a crane. I'm not sure what treasure we get. And then there's a puzzle in the Thames, which unfortunately I failed at also. Apparently it has something to do with cranes. I'll need to look that up. But I missed like 3 or 4 treasure chests in there. They're talking about Ellie. But they said fleshly body of God has been recovered. Not in the worst part of the game has been a drag every time I played this game. This two would have the best dungeon. I agree with that, but ifs and buts, you know. All that is left for us to do is change into the animus and become one with the mother persona. That is incorrect. What? What do you mean, Krelian? What did you just say? Thus the plot is revealed. What are you doing? Krelian, have you gone totally insane? He's wiping the hard drive, isn't he? What are you doing to the memory banks? Do not touch them! We cannot survive without them! You were the only ones who could have activated the key. But now that it has been activated, I no longer need you. I'm having you all erased. How dare you! The only obstacle that kept me from my goals was Cain. He was the one person who had total control of the people, and thus was my greatest nemesis. Wait, what? He was the one person who had total control of the people? What? How exactly did he have total control of the people? What is he talking about? As far as I'm concerned, Cain had no power. He just talked with Satan, and he had some kind of strategy going on, which was obviously in opposition with Krelian, so he had him murdered. But apart from being the emperor, or maybe what Krelian means is that Cain was a very popular guy with all the Solarians, which we saw in the whatever celebration that was that we participated in Solaris. But the only person who could terminate Cain was Cain himself. Did Rasmus not kill him? That's why I created a copy of Cain. Rasmus acted exactly as I predicted, killing Cain. I see. Okay, a copy of Cain. Rasmus was supposed to be a copy of Cain, and for whatever reason, only Cain can kill himself. Although, how exactly would he have set up that kind of a thing? Now, there is no one who can stop me, and I'm not interested in your power or authority. Did you really think you were acting on your own free will? You're all just parts of the system, created only as weapons of invasion and oppression. You are just terminal interface weapons. Terminal interface weapons? These guys are part of that, I forgot the name of that ship. Okay. We can become God. And you're... God? Who said you'd be God? What impertinence! We are humans. We were created to be terminal interfaces of God. It is the same for you, who were once humans. Man cannot become God. We can only entrust ourselves to God. Ridiculous! Going against the mother. I have not gone against her. This is the will of the other mother. You think you can eliminate us and still revive God? It can be done. Your genes were scattered in order to keep the world alive after the fall in Days of Destruction. What? Your genes were scattered in order to keep the world alive after the fall in Days of Destruction. First time I'm hearing about this. There's a thing you fought just before I fought. Oh, I see. Those genes live on today within the humans. Those genes live on today within the humans. The anima vessels and the recipients of their alignment, the animus, and also the persona. By combining these with my nanomachines, humans will become living beings very much the equivalent of you. Actually, they may far surpass you in becoming worthy terminal interfaces for God. So you are no longer of any use to me. Deus, the physical manifestation of God, only wants results. The means are insignificant to him. So this is my arc plan. My Project Noah. Really? May all your worries cease. Rest in peace, ancestors of mortal men. Now, it is just you and I, Sophia. I don't even know how to think anymore. I was powerless. Oh, Faye. I was powerless. All I could do was stand by and watch as it took Ellie away from me. I am powerless. Nice portrait there. She looks good in portraits. She looks crap as a sprite. Oh, it's Wise Man. What's he up to these days? What are you doing there? Oh, it's you. I wasn't able to beat Graf. I didn't stand a chance against him. It was obvious from the start. It was impossible to try to defeat a monster machine like that to begin with. And Ellie, why was she so damn foolish? I implicitly told her not to come. I told her to run away. She had to have known it was a trap. Yes, you won't be able to defeat him like that. As long as you continue fighting with that kind of attitude, that is. Huh? The reason you lost and that young lady was taken was because of your pride. Weren't you depending far too much on the power of your machine? Not to mention that new Eat power you're now able to control. What is Graf's source of power? His machine? His technique? His experience? I don't think so. It is his feelings. Hatred? His heart, his feelings, are dominated by his resentment and his hatred of this world. That hatred is a source of power. Your feelings weren't focused enough to fight off Graf. No, I think it was all down to his gear, thank you very much. That is why you could not win. Your feelings must be in the right place. That is strength. I'm not surprised you lost, seeing as you do not understand the true meaning of strength. Wise man. That young lady, the only thing in her heart was a desire to save you all. She set aside her fear and piloted that machine. It was because she had such strong feelings that you are all still alive. That is what I think. Of course, you have been defeated. However, that doesn't mean it's over. How did you plan on responding to her feelings? It is now your turn to save her, is it not? I was watching Xenogears on foot. He's just that strong. Power of resentment, I guess. Well, what are you going to do, Faye? I'm just going to write more walls of text. Not actually do anything. I'm going to